My experience with Luminox is between these two watches here. Originally bought the one in my hand 9 years ago. What originally attracted me to it was that for the $250 that I paid for it, I got a strong watch that has a sapphire crystal glass, which is extremely scratch resistant. And you can see that there's plenty of scratches on the aluminum surrounding it, but none on the glass itself. Now, another really good thing that I like about them is how light they are compared to other watches, because they use some kind of polycarbonate, some kind of, here they say PC carbon case, which is very strong. You can see there are some scratches on it. Another thing is that they're waterproof, and what they're known for is these tritium vials that they have by each number, and right here, that glow in the dark really brightly, unlike phosphorus, which needs light originally to glow, and then they kind of fade. Now with tritium though, over time they will fade, and this one right now is actually, after 9 years, pretty low. You could see it, but it is a lot lower than this new one I got. I did have a bunch of issues with it. This was like the worst of it, is that because this strong plastic is not as strong as steel, these springs just tore right through it. With some leverage, I don't know if I fell and it popped it. Instead of breaking this pin, which you could just replace for a few cents, it actually destroyed that hole it was supposed to be in. And you can see, maybe not so bad on that one. That one's the worst. Then that one also has it. So it doesn't really function very well right now. Another thing was that the rubber band that came with it dry rotted within the first couple of years. But it did work fairly well until I let it sit for a while, and then the battery kind of exploded in there, and it leaked all kinds of acid in there, and it stopped working. I just want to show you something. If I could get this on the camera. If you open this up, you want to be very careful. If you ever change out a watch battery, it's very easy to break a watch by barely doing anything. So if you see this coil right here, if you just as much as touch that, your watch is pretty much done, finished. If you ever change a battery, be very, very careful not to touch that coil. Another thing that kind of bothered me is my OCD, how this doesn't really perfectly line up. This issue here, I'm hoping I'm not going to have with this one. Now this one they say is made out of Carbonox, which they say is stronger, but I don't know, I guess we'll see. And this one too, the stamping on these little dashes are slightly off, as you can see right there. That kind of pisses me off, but otherwise, because of the issues I had with this one, I still did like how lightweight they were, and I figured I'll just go automatic so I don't have to deal with a battery. And I right away switched out of this band because it's just too clunky for me, and I put on this NATO strap, which I had been using on this one, and put it on on my new one. Although I did have issues with it, and actually this one's much more expensive because it's the automatic. I did go back and buy from them, even though I had those problems. Overall, I'd say I'm happy with it, but anybody looking to buy it should, I think, keep those things in mind. And with this one too, eventually these vials will fade, and maybe you can send it back to them. I don't know. Maybe you can send it back and I don't know what they're going to charge you to replace those. But I hope I don't have the issue that I had with this tearing out here. But yeah, overall I like it.